Hey Funkoholics, my name's Terry Wellbanks. I'm coming at you from my Dungeon of Funkos as always. Today I wanted to do a quick set review for you guys of a set that I've been anxiously awaiting since I heard of it. I also wanted to show you guys one pop that I was able to pick up for rather cheap at a flea market, believe it or not. And I absolutely love it, and I think that you guys will love it too. If you don't already have it, this may entice you to go out and get it. I suggest that you do. I also wanted to talk about something a little bit quickly after. So the pop that I'm talking about is actually Trapjaw. He is from Masters of the Universe. If you're unfamiliar with Masters of the Universe, this is a set that came out a long time ago. It's the He-Man. That's Masters of the Universe. There's He-Man, She-Ra, Skeletor, Spikor, and Hordak in the set. And now obviously they added Trapjaw. This is one of my favorite villains from the actual show. I used to watch it when I was a kid. I know I'm sounding old, but Masters of the Universe used to be amazing. So this pop is extremely well done. It's a specialty series. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take it out. I apologize for the glare on the camera. I don't know why it's doing that, but I want to take him out so you guys can see him out of his box, because he is, like I said, it's one of the better done pops that have come out in a long time. Now, it's not a bobblehead. It's just it's a standard one, but there he is there. He looks really cool. His mask is well done. He's got that little laser, his pants. Everything about this pop is really cool and really well done. It's a specialty series, so I don't know your availability where you're at, but if you have a chance to pick him up, pick him up. One thing that I did want to address, and I've noticed this lately with the non-bobbleheads, is all the heads seem to be coming extremely loose out of the box. I don't know if anybody else is having this problem or it's just me. I don't know even if you take them out of the box. Sometimes I do if I really want to see what they look like from behind, because sometimes they have tails or they got something going on in the back of them, so I do like taking them out. But yeah, I noticed lately, like, this head is like really loose, and I'm not a strong guy by any means, so I'm turning that body pretty easy. Just let me know if you guys are having the same problems as well in the comments if you can with your pops lately, especially if you're an out-of-box collector, if them just wobbling a little too much. So anyways, that is Trapjaw. Make sure you guys pick them up if you can. As I said, really cool pop. Now, the set that I wanted to review for you guys is from my favorite character. If you know anything about me, you know that I'm a Batman and Batman villain fanatic, and I collect anything Batman. I love Batman stuff. I actually, I don't know if you can see him there, but down there is a Batman that my buddy Sean sent me. He's huge and it's amazing. I take him out of his box. I am tempted to sleep with the thing. It's so cool. So I've also gotten Bane as a gift and Joker with Kisses Chase from my great friend Steve. There's so many Batmans out there, and as anybody that collects Batman knows, there's hundreds and hundreds, and some of them get so expensive that, you know, I will never obtain them, and that's totally cool. I get that, but the ones that I can get my hands on, I do get my hands on. And I was fortunate enough to actually, I've got a lady in my life, and she went out of her way to pre-order me a set that I didn't know, and I didn't know that I would be able to, because when I went to pre-order this, there was already 2 pre-orders at my electronic boutique or GameStop. So there's no point in pre-ordering the pop at that point, because if there is a chase that comes into that store, it's highly unlikely if there's 2 pre-orders that they're ever going to get 3 chases in the store, right? So she went ahead and she pre-ordered at a different location, and she ended up picking it up for me, which is amazing. This is the Batman 66 set. Now, if you're unfamiliar with the first set, in the first set of Batman that was released a while ago, there's a Robin, there's a Batman, there's a couple of variants of Batman too, I believe. There's also a K's custom for Jim K. He made an amazing zombie Robin, which was cool, but that's not in the set. Anyways, there's Batman, Robin, Catwoman. There was also Riddler, and there was also Penguin, and there was Joker. So it had all of the core villains. Now, all of the pops, with the exception of the Penguin and... Actually, I don't think the Penguin and the Riddler were in that set. I think they were just regular DC. Those are worth hundreds of dollars right now. The core set of the ones that I'm talking about, you can still find those kicking around. The Robin one, surprisingly, out of all of them, is the one that's kind of gone up in value. So I don't foresee these guys being high value pops, but if you're a Batman fan and a Batman collector, you got to get this set from the 66 show. If you add them with the first wave of the Joker, the Robin, the Batman, and the Catwoman, they look so cool together. So I'm going to show you guys these pops really quick, and then I wanted to discuss a little bit about them. The first one that I'm going to show you guys is probably my least favorite in the set, and I'm not sexist or anything, but it just, to me, it's not... Some people will love this pop because, you know, it was a really key character, but for me, I'm more of the villain kind of guy, so I like those ones a little more. but this is Batgirl. In this set, there is Mr. Freeze, the Penguin, Riddler, Batgirl, and King Tut. The least known out of all these characters is probably King Tut, but he was really cool in the show. Now, Batgirl herself is extremely well done. She's glittery, just like the Catwoman from the first wave. But for me personally, I'm not a huge fan of the same mold for characters, and it seems like this one is very generic, like the older release pops. If you go back 5 years, every pop kind of had this stance where they were just standing like that. That's what this body is. So it's just a generic female body, but the glitter on it is nice. The paint that I got on mine, I find sometimes the glitter pops, I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's a little bit smudged down by her foot. But this is probably my least favorite pop out of all of the ones that came in this set. And you'll see why in a minute, because some of them are just so amazing. So there's Batgirl. Next up is the one that I was talking about. This is probably the lesser known out of all of the pops, or all of the villains that they released. This is King Tut. Again, very, very well done. He looks really cool. It's heavy. He's got his two staffs there. The boxing is really cool. It matches perfectly with the first wave, which is something that I was hoping that they would do, and it does. So King Tut's really cool. Next up, I'm going to show you guys one of my favorite villains. This is Mr. Freeze. I'm so happy that they made him. It would be wicked if they would make a Batman Forever Mr. Freeze when Arnold played him. More or less because it's the worst Batman movie ever, but it's still really cool to me. So no, it was Batman and Robin. I'm sorry, not Batman Forever. Batman Forever was amazing. That had Jim Carrey and oh my goodness gracious, it had Two-Face. Oh no, I forget. I'm sorry, guys. Oh no, what is his name? It's gonna bother me, and somebody please correct me. I'll know it by the time you tell me. But anyway, here he is here. Extremely well done. This pop is so cool. It's got his taser, his freeze gun. The boxing again is exactly the same, but they're really, really cool pops, and this pop could not be done better. I don't think it nailed it. This is probably the lightest pop out of all of them. I don't know why. I figured it would be one of the heavier ones, but next up I'm going to show you guys probably my second, no, it's probably my second favorite Batman villain, maybe my third behind the one I'm going to show you next, but this is the Penguin from the 66 show. I can't express to you guys how awesome this is and how happy I am to get an old school Riddler or an old school Penguin, because the originals, the original ones that were released back when was before I started collecting, and for me to try to get those things, it's basically impossible unless I've got a lot of money. So this is a better looking pop than the old school one that came out. He's got more detail to him, and all around this pop is just better. I like how he's got the Gru nose from Despicable Me. I like that it's pointy. This pop is so superior to the one that was released before that's worth hundreds of dollars. So if you're a Batman fan and you know that you'll never be able to get that old one, this is definitely a good compensation piece for that, because this is really cool. This is definitely the heaviest pop out of the bunch. I would say it weighs about a pound. And I know I'm going on about the weights, but to me weights are really cool, and when the heavier the pop, the better. So the next up is probably my second favorite behind Joker in terms of Batman villains. This is the Riddler. This is Riddler with his mask. You're going to see his suit. I'm sorry about the glare, folks. His suit there. I'm going to take this one out, and I'm going to take the next one out too. I think, I know I had a piece of tape on it, but I'll show you guys really quick. Now I hope that the head's not really loose on this guy. No, that's okay. So here we go. There he is there. It's really cool. The pop's really cool. I love that his hand's up. That's a classic Riddler pose. It's a really, really good pop. And again, they released a Riddler back when, and that one is worth a ton too. Now the Riddler that came out back in the day, that one is probably worth about, I think he's going for about $500 or $600. You can correct me if I'm wrong. But I think he's really, really high. And that isn't, again, for any Batman collectors out there that didn't start collecting recently, that is a excellent substitution for the old school one. And if you're lucky enough, you're going to be able to come across this. This is the Chase version of the Riddler. As I said, I don't know how I got so lucky, but I did. He's really cool and really, really well done. It's completely different, which is why I want to take them out of the box and show you, because if you watch my videos in the past, you know how I feel about chases being, for instance, the Remy chase, which I liked and it's great, but it was just flocked. It's the exact same pop. There was no difference to it other than the fact that it was flocked. And a flock pop to me is something that should be like a Hot Topic exclusive or something like that. So, anyways, here he is here. This is the Chase version of the Riddler. Now, you're going to be able to see a starch difference in these two. This is his more of his fighting outfit, and you see completely different pop. The suit on this guy is so cool. It reminds me of Jim Carrey's Riddler, which is something, that I love. I wish that he had his Riddler staff, which I thought that they were going to put out, but I guess I'm mistaken. These two pops are so cool and so well done that if you have a chance to get your hands on both of them, please do. Now this guy, his head, again, really loose. That kind of concerns me. That's why I'm glad that I'm an in-box collector for now. As soon as I get proper shelving, I'm going to be an out-of-box collector. I'll keep the boxes, but I can't wait to get them out of the box and get them all out so I can, do a collection video and stuff. These are the two Riddlers. That's the set. That's amazing. These pops are amazing. If you get a chance to get the 66 Batman and you're a Batman fan, please make sure you get out there and you get it, because it is well worth it. It's well worth your time. And the pops are, like I said, so well done. So what I wanted to talk to you guys about really quick is I'm having I got some information today in regards to a gentleman that I'm not really much of a fan of, but there's a guy that went around. If you guys know, I try to give out my strategies on how to get chases, and I always give out my strategies, and I hope everybody does. But in this case, there's a gentleman that isn't in the Funkoholics Worldwide group, which, by the way, is the name of the group now. It's not Funkoholics Anonymous Worldwide anymore, because we were getting a whole lot of those anonymous guys, and it's not that, I don't respect what they do. Please don't hack me or hunt me down, but we don't really want to get anonymous people in our group, because that's not what it's about. So I want to make sure they find the right platform, and we don't have that. But what had happened, what I heard from EB Games is that some individual, who I know who it is, went around to 6 EBs in my area. There's 6 EBs that are within about 20-25 kilometers of me. And they went to every single one, and they pre-ordered 2 of these, 2 Riddlers, at every single store. So they put down, whatever it was, $60, and they went to different stores, and they put down $5 on each pop. And they're basically trying to clean house on the chases so nobody else in the market is able to get them. Now, why this is frustrating is because when I go to pre-order a pop, I pre-order at one store. So if you've heard me talk about this before, it's always best to pick your location and pick where you want to go and make your home base. And when you make one your home base, what you do is you go in, you can pre-order the pops, and you'll be able to, you can go in and you can do Frodo, you can do the Riddler, you can go in and you can pre-order the pops, and you'll be able to really make sure that you secure that. As long as you're the first one to pre-order in the store, you'll be able to get them. But when somebody goes out for the cause of flipping, and they go to all the EBs in all of a region, and they pre-order 2 at every store, they're not looking to get a chase, they're looking to get 6 chases. And what they want to do, obviously, with those 6 chases, I don't even know if they want to keep one, because people that do this kind of stuff, they generally are just in it to try to make a quick buck. I'm more of a type of guy where you would just go pre-order your one pop. So I pre-order 2, so I make sure I get a regular, and I try to get a chase. Sometimes it doesn't even happen, where they just don't get a chase at all. But these guys that go out and they do this, what they're doing is they're doing the same thing as they would be doing with flipping. And the worst part of what I've heard is that somebody or people, and if you're doing this, please don't do this. You're ruining pop collecting for everybody, because at Electronic Boutique or GameStop or at Hot Topic or any store that you can think of that sells pops, in order for them to get more pop of the same variant in, for instance, Taz. Taz came out a while ago with Space Jam. Now, my store was fortunate enough to get one, Chase, and they got a regular, so I bought up both of them. Because I did pre-order them. Now, what had happened the day after I bought mine, somebody went to 4 different electronic boutiques in my area, or EB Games, and they returned 6 at each store of the regular ones. So what this person did is they either went online, well, they had to have gone online. They pre-ordered, I think they ordered 24 pops. And what they did was they took the chases for their 1 and 6, and then they returned the regular variants to different stores to get back their money because they were just after chases for resale purposes. This ruins completely collecting, because now the EB games where I'm at, for instance, I've got a great friend that wants a Taz chase. His name's Ian. Now, my EB will not get any more Taz chases in at all until, or even the possibility of one, until they sell through on the 6 that they just got dumped on from this guy that went to go just get chases and then return the regulars. It's a shame that this happens, and there's got to be ways to stop all of this. I know Hot Topic now isn't even taking returns on any pops that have a chase variant. If even if it's a regular, you cannot return it to the store, which is great, and I'm glad that they're doing that. I hope Electronic Boutique and GameStop jump on board, so it really eliminates people being able to do this and being able to ruin the culture of pop collecting, which is exactly what it's doing. I would never be able to get a Taz chase. In terms of the Riddler chase today, I all but gave up. Luckily enough for me, there's an individual in the States that was looking out for me, but I gave up, and I just resigned myself to the fact that I was not going to get a Riddler chase, which sucks, but it's the way that it is, because this guy went around and he pre-ordered 2 at every single store for the main purpose to get a chase from each store and then flip them, and he wants to sell them for $60, $70, and there's already people call them waffles, but they're raffles. They're on Facebook, and there's people already doing raffles for $5 an entry, 20 spots, or $10 an entry, 10 spots or 5 spots or something. They're trying to make $100, $200 on this. I know after shipping, costs about $20, so they're still making about $80 a pop. But anyway, I'm furious about this, and I'm sure a lot of collectors out there are. It's already hard enough if you work to be able to get these chases and be able to get the exclusive pops. Even the regular Hot Topic exclusive pops are ridiculous to get now. People are lining up for them, or they're waiting at the stores for the shipments. They're doing whatever they have to do. And now a couple of Hot Topics have actually stopped people from doing that because they're not releasing that day's pop until the next day. So if they're releasing it the next day, then there's no point in waiting. You just need to be there at open. But unless we're there at open, we're never going to be able to get pops. So if they change their policy to that, it's basically you're damned if you do and damned if you don't. I understand they're trying to help the regular collector, but at the end of the day, they're not helping us because they're just making it worse. Instead of waiting for the shipment, now these guys will get the day before pop just by standing there. So it's frustrating to say the least. And I hate that people are so skeezy that they're finding ways to try to manipulate just to get chases in order to flip them to collectors that really just want them for their collection and want to keep one for themselves. Nobody wants to get 5 chases of one character, and if you do, you're a cock thistle, you're an idiot, you're a slime bag, you're a skis ball, and I hope that you get stuck with all these pops. Like I said, I hope they fall and break, the boxes crack, the characters' heads fall off, whatever the case is. I hope your characters' heads are really, really loose and they pop right off. Like a dandelion, because you should get stuck with all these, especially if you're taking from real collectors out there that love Batman or love the Riddler, for instance, and just want the character for their collection. So that's my take on that, and let me know what you think. I mean, let me know if you like the way policies are at stores. Let me know if you want to change the policies or what you would do to make it easier for an everyday collector that works a 9 to 5 to get a chase, because that's ultimately what I would love to see. I'd love to see a guy that works until 6 p.m., get off work, be able to go to a store and maybe find a chase that day, or at least once a week be able to come across one, because that would be amazing. And I know you don't want to water it down with chases, but at the same time, the variants seem to be a heck of a lot cooler than the regular one. So it's, you want the chases, right? I apologize for the long video. I apologize for the space in between videos. I'll be doing another one this weekend with my son. He's going to be unboxing something with me. I hope that he'll get on camera, Sean. I'm going to do my best. He's very, very much against being on camera, but I will do everything that I can. He might be off camera and he'll come in with a thumbs up like this or something. I don't know, but we'll get him on camera for sure to say thank you for an amazing gift for his birthday that's coming up. I got a son that's turning 14. I can't wait to, I can't believe I have a 14-year-old. He's almost half my age. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please do me a favor, go on Facebook, join me and the amazing admins and the amazing people in Funko and Funkoholics worldwide. It's a great group of folks that will help you get your collection, will help it grow. and do it organically and at an affordable price. There's nobody allowed to gouge in there, and that's the best part of the group. Also, this weekend is the Niagara Falls Comic Con. Finally, I'm going to be able to meet a couple of awesome people. I'm going to be able to meet Mark. I'm definitely going to be hanging out with Jim Kay, who's one of my favorite people in the world, and we're going to do a video together, I hope, and show you guys kind of what he got at the con and what we did in our trades and things like that. It's going to be really cool. So please check out or be ready for that video. I would try to do a live one, and if I do and I butcher it, forgive me in advance. Everybody be good to each other. I hope you get your sets. I hope you get your chases. I hope everybody that you get whatever pop you want. And I much love to everybody. Thank you so much. Please leave a comment and let me know that you're here. Say hi in the comments. I love interacting with everybody and talking. Also, subscribe if you like me. If you don't, that's okay too. But at least tell me why, because I want to make these videos better for everybody. So thank you so much. Be blessed this week. And I can't thank you all enough for joining the group, Funkoholics Worldwide. Just watching these videos, spending 20 minutes and 47, 48, 49 seconds with me. I'm going to cut this off at 21 minutes. I love all of you guys. Thank you so much. And I can't wait to do another video for you later on this week. Everybody be blessed. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.